Alright, what's up everybody, I'm Albie13. Westy has gotten a chance to play the new Vondel map early. Good for him. He has some footage that he shared, which is amazing. And we're actually seeing the map preview, a day early access. And the first thing that we see here is the stadium. And we actually get a chance to see, okay, so we're seeing the map from overhead, which, I wanted to say this really quickly. I started playing DMZ because, Warzone was boring to me and it didn't interest me as much. And so we're diving into Stadium here, okay? And the one thing that DMZ doesn't have, and it just barely got the exfil chopper, but it's like this whole process, and you got to fuel it, and you don't really have time to, do a lot unless you just goof around. So much goofing around. But what I'm trying to say is that you get a really good opportunity to learn the map, the layout, and the places, and to travel to all the places by playing Warzone. Unfortunately, there is no... DMZ is so hardcore and so secretive when you go in there. Now, of course, you don't have the DMZ specific stuff and the changes, the small changes they make to make it DMZ mode versus what you have in Warzone. Of course, there's changes, doors that were locked in DMZ are now open in Warzone to give free access or whatever. But the important thing is learning the map, which really helps you so you don't get stuck on stuff. So you can, if you like to snipe, you can find great sniping locations, close quarter, vaulting, and cover. So, they've designed this map and reminds me of kind of like Gears of War. There's a lot of, I'm not talking a lot about stadium. You can feast your eyes on it. You see that they have a paintball setup in the stadium. The coloring and everything's more fun. You're seeing more color in this Vondel. You're seeing similar things where you have small walls to hide and stuff, which is good. Good combat, mid-range, short range, and you're going to be seeing long-range possibilities with the rooftops, right? You got sniping and that type of thing. So we're seeing the taxi there. We don't know if the orange-yellow taxi, water taxi, will be in DMZ or not, or some variation. We're going to find out. They mentioned it. They're kind of like very loose with the information in the blog when it comes to, it's when it comes to details like that. So I just want to go into DMZ and see what we got. Versus, me saying, yeah, for sure, or no, for sure, there's not going to be any taxis and things like that. So we're seeing a different part of Vondel right now. If I could just touch on that more, because that's more the main thing of what this is all about. We're seeing how sniping is, mid-range, very nice, good cover, good color, good object, good feel, European, different. You have the interesting buildings that just really makes it feel fresh. You're in a different location. You have a different lighting, right? And we're seeing now no fog. Notice, no fog. It seems like Warzone has fog coming and going, and we expect that in DMZ, so it's a replicated similar thing. In the past, fog has been different from Warzone to DMZ, and you can see a light fog here that is obscuring, but clearly you can see far away, but that's nice, just to make it more challenging, which is great. And discourage a little bit of the long range, at least without a proper scope. So it takes, because you can laser in this game, you can take a regular sight ADS and tap people far away, so that slows it down and hinders that a little bit, which is good. Wow, we got a maze here. Plant maze that they have there, whatever they call those things. So we see the new vehicle around. We're going to be seeing that on-road, in-water vehicle. Looks like a kind of like an APC. But what we're seeing here is, I'm paying a lot of attention, and you might even watch the video again, at the TAC map, the map on the top left. the map that we see, so you could see just the pathways for what you're not seeing. You could kind of get a little bit more of an extra vision by seeing the ways that you can travel. And the waterways are very interesting, how you're always in these waterways. We're going to be seeing some of that, and how that kind of plays out. And it naturally keeps people from going there subconsciously, because when you go to the waterways, and here's Fire Station, which is nice to see, another point of interest. See the fire trucks, very neat, pretty traditional structures, just great. This looks fun to be around. You see the red colors. Maybe you can honk the fire truck horn. No, you can't. But we're going in. Okay, we're diving into another location. Modern with the Europeans. You see solar panels, kind of interesting. You see the possibilities of being up above or in, so you're kind of in a little bit of a kill zone there, because they can shoot down on you, but you know, sometimes you need to be stealthy and not be spotted too. So in the DMZ world, there's a lot going on, and trying to cover it. There's a little bit of what you see in this video was like a special mission that they have. Maybe it's that limited time special event that they're doing, or there's like a little bomb and you like activate it or defuse it, whatever the heck it is. But what we see here is some other mode where there's first place, seventh place, you know, all that good stuff. But I'm focused on DMZ, but we're doing this for the map coverage. We see the gazebo and a lot of mid-range cover, right? So that seems to be the main thing. Ashika had a lot of these rolling hills where you could kind of see people and you're a little bit exposed moving. This is more cover to cover, building the building. I'm seeing more of that. And here's interior fight. Great one coming up right here. Let's see here. We're just seeing the decor inside and what the cover's like. The fights can be like very frantic here in the Warzone world, but it is nice to see actual combat, because it lets you see how it could play out, right? You could obviously get on top of there, go around it, crouch, prone. There's hiding places, so it's pretty intricate, and they tried to push it. And we're going to see what they try to do overall with the map. When you play it, you'll see more of that theme that they're trying to do, because they try to do something different. We know that they did that Resurgence map, and they did this map, so experienced, and I think positive reviews coming through. So obviously this all looks great, because when you tune it for mid-range, you can see those. Now here's a waterway. We're gonna see that. I'll get back to the mid-range talk. But here's the waterway. You have access points. Okay, they put quite a lot of them. I think it's more than I'd like to see. A lot of those ladders. So, you know, they're a little bit vulnerable when you're transitioning. You can be shot in the back. You can't see very well. You see right there. Now, that's interesting that the guy on top did not win the battle, but they have so many more options, right? With stuns, grenades, you know, rotating around and losing track of them. So that was very interesting. Usually it doesn't work out that way. The guy on the bottom usually is the one. But you have escape, right? You can jump in the water, so we think. So it's interesting, because the top has options and the bottom has options. So I think it's well thought out and planned out. Now we're seeing another interior. We're seeing that the color, the bricks, the beautiful bricks. You know, the way that the windows and doors are. You know, the combat possibilities and options. You have, you know, one way up there. You have a way on the left, a way on the right. So we have almost this. You know, tri or three-way. Okay, now we're at the zoo. We see one of the windmills there. Very cool. You see how it's all surrounded by water on the outside. It's nice because it's clearly defined where you can operate, and it seems big enough to enjoy. Let's see here. So we're just looking at the zoo. Now we see more in the distance there. You can, again, review the video again to look in the distance to see more areas that we were not actually able to see. That really restaurant type thing looks really interesting. This is actually a good holdout area here. You can see it has Overwatch. Pretty interesting, but there's tree coverage and there's little bridges and a lot of buildings, so you could see what's happening, but you can't necessarily pin down people or take down people. But when they're moving out in the open, you can, so it's pretty sweet because you have, risk versus reward. And if you're in a hurry in DMZ, you have places to go and people to see, right? So it's going to be interesting because they might be exfilling, they might be doing a mission, they might be trying to do too many missions, biting off more than they can chew. So we're seeing more of the zoo. They have these kinds of exhibit buildings. That is, I should say, you could see how there's interiors with longer hall-like things with a little bit of exposure outside there. Different lighting here, back door. So we're seeing little artificial tunnel there. It's kind of funny. How it's like micro sizing, something that we might see in a larger, like in Al Mazrah, they already have caves. There you see on the vehicle, on the map, one of those special vehicles, you see a couple. Now this is obviously Warzone configuration, so you're probably going to continue to see the trend of not that many vehicles in Vondel, just like in Al Mazrah, how the vehicles were reduced, but we will be seeing reinforcements through the, how would you say, the AI reinforced through vehicles, which you can kill the guys and steal their vehicle. So this is very cool to see the map in advance. I was looking for just this last night, and we found a great video to review. We're one day out. Tomorrow morning for me, midday for East Coast. We have Season 4. And we just have some little bit more. Actually, a great map preview there, and there's also a little bit of footage that the they put on the Twitter for Call of Duty. So I'll just tack that on at the end, and I'll see you guys in Season 4. And just to talk about what I will be kind of doing is I'm basically going to go in and focus on, I will be doing intel reports on my Twitter, as I've been doing, about what's new, what it looks like, what's cool, what you can do with the forward operating base. And we're going to be seeing the new mechanics, right? The new menus and systems that you can utilize. We're going to be walking the new map and seeing, the TAC map overview, where we can see where vehicle locations might be, where mission contracts might be. We're going to be seeing the first set, tier 1 of the missions that are available to us. We're going to be seeing the new urgent missions that are generated, whether it's for me, my team, or everybody. I don't know how it works. We have to unlock some of this stuff. So we might be interested in unlocking some things in the immediate versus doing missions. We obviously want to get a few things in our contraband, start rounding ourselves out with stuff. So we have an interest in retrieving weapons and gear and bringing that home, getting our operators stuff. So it sounds to me like it's going to be a stream because there's so much to cover. And we're going to be able to actually extract cash and put it in our bank account at home. So we have that as a mission in and of itself. Who wants to be poor? Who doesn't want to have $100,000 at their disposal in their home stash? So, and that's not even to mention getting any keys that we might find. Stumbling upon any new things. Every map has had secrets, so Vondel will have secrets. I'm talking too much. I'll see you guys in Season 4. Hit the like button, throw a comment because I read them. Stop messing around and hit the subscribe. I'm out.